YouTube. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mitch Motives. It's your boy Jaden. You gotta have a motive. Yo, early morning, about to take my ass to work. I just had a conversation with one of my homies. Yo, this guy told me he had a hectic week. But I say all this because in life you will go through struggles. You'll go through a bunch of chaotic and a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of no's and rejections before you are finally blessed. You know, there's usually a tornado that happens before things get better. Now, that's up to you. That's up to you to decide whether or not that tornado is gonna just eventually lead to your demise or to something greater. You know, even when I think back to over to the summer, and I was just applying to certain like events, certain opportunities, and I was getting a lot of no's and rejections. And you know, I thought I would have a breakthrough, and then things would not go my way. You know, around this time, I've actually been blessed with opportunities that I didn't see coming. You know, and it's gonna be like that in your life. Because I'm speaking personally, I'm also speaking from the perspective of my homie. Because I was telling him, I'm like, bro, just a couple months I was going through it, but I'm in a better spot now, and I feel better too. You know, and a lot of the times people don't seem to understand that in order for you to make the actual breakthrough, even though the tornado might be happening, you gotta be able to put yourself first, and you gotta be proactive and take risks. You know, not necessarily any crazy risk, but I just mean by putting yourself out there. You know, doing the extra steps and making sure that whatever it is that you're doing, it's a precise measurement. Like, you know, you gotta start chipping away at certain stuff. So like with me, I like to think about certain things with, if I put myself in this position, what kind of opportunities or what kind of doors will this open for me in the future? What kind of skills will I develop that can be transferable into the future, you know? Simple example, I've said it before, I used to do YouTube videos, right? I still edit TikTok videos. I gotta be more consistent on that. But I've learned how to do editing and see certain things and become more creative, even in just the realms of social media. But you can also get creative with how you apply things to your life too. If I know that me being in this certain room and me being around these people, right? If I know that this has the opportunity to present me with certain things, put that out there, and then it could lead to other situations as well. It's just a matter of how you approach it. But your approach depends on you putting yourself first, and you realizing that no one else is going to do it for you. You have to be proactive. And there's going to be times where you're trying to be proactive, but still things just will not go your way. Again, you might be discouraged in the moment, but it's in the long run, as long as you know who you are as a person and the kind of energy that you put out there, right? Genuine, loving, you know, making sure that you're also looking out for the people that you care about, but your best foot is being put forward every single time. Eventually it will take you somewhere that you didn't expect to get to. You know, and again, you are going to run into struggles, you are going to run into hardships. There's going to be times where you're not sure if you're going to be able to do it, but whether or not you believe that you can do it, it shouldn't prevent you from actually attempting it. You know, you can learn a lot by attempting and not doing well, because you have to take into consideration the things that you did do well, even though you didn't get the result that you wanted. Me personally, I gotta make sure I'm still separating my results from who I am, because at times my best effort or me putting a lot of my focus into something will not give me the result that I want. But I have to also understand what kind of things did I learn from me, you know, giving it my all. Did I learn that I can be focused for a long period of time? Did I learn that I can do things even though I don't feel like doing it? It's the little things that you got to think about like that. If you really want to like take off the little check marks and see how you've improved, even just a little bit. Because eventually those little wins that you stack will have a big W at the end of it. Again, you might not see it now. There is no ding to make you understand it. But as long as you know that you're experiencing growth, And even if some other people are telling you that you've grown quite a bit, you're doing a great job, man. You're doing a great job. I know at times, because we're human, we can be hard on ourselves, especially if you have high expectations. Again, you got to be able to separate your accomplishments from who you are as a person. And even if you do accomplish great things, don't let that get to your head. Don't let that sway who it is that you are as a person, because you still have to get work. You still have to get work done. You know? Even in the example of sports teams, a lot of sports teams, they might win a championship once and then think that the job is done. No, you think you can start lollygagging and sailing smooth sailings because you won a championship? No, you gotta go as extra hard because your expectations are higher. You know, again, you might not get the results you want, but you have to understand, what is it that I'm doing well, and what are the things that I can improve on it even just a little bit. When that tornado was happening, what are you doing even though things are falling to shit? Are you letting one bad moment ruin other good moments? Or are you going to be like, hey, cool, this is where I'm at right now, right? I understand what I need to do. I might not feel like doing it, but if I do chip away at it, what kind of things does that say about me, and what kind of confidence can I gain? That's just my perspective, at least. You know? Again, these things are not easy. Life is not easy. You will be thrown curveballs. You will be thrown a bunch of bad news, disheartening news. Things might happen to your friends, family. What is it that you're going to do in those moments? God forbid. God forbid. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because it's not a good experience. It's not a fun experience. But in those times, what is it that your younger self would be looking up to, and what is it that your future self might be looking back on? Again, I say not to get too far ahead of the future and live in the moment, but even if you just think about those things briefly, maybe that might give you a little bit more motivation to help you push through. You know? Just gotta make sure you push yourself first and stay true to who you are. And staying true to who you are might require you to have difficult conversations. It might be embarrassing. You might feel a little bit of guilt, a little bit of shame, for whatever reason. But you should get it out there whenever it is that you're ready. Yeah, man. That tornado usually happens before you get any sort of blessings. And from the way I can see it, I think that's just God's way of testing you and seeing if you're a good candidate to receive what it is that you asked for. So boy, Mish Mode is, I'm out, bro.